When you reach the age of 65, life begins to look different. Not darker, not smaller, but sharper. The noise that once filled your days starts to fade. The faces, the opinions, the constant rush, they all quiet down, like a storm settling into calm waters. And in that stillness, something beautiful happens. You begin to see life as it really is. What once seemed urgent now feels unimportant. What once hurt deeply starts to make sense. And what once confused you becomes crystal clear. But there's one truth that most people only learn the hard way. Peace doesn't come from what you share with the world. It comes from what you keep sacred. Today on Still Becoming, we're talking about 4 things you should never share with your family after 65, if you truly want to live your later years with peace, respect, and quiet joy. Because at this stage of life, wisdom isn't about speaking more. It's about choosing silence with purpose. Before we begin, take a deep breath. And if you believe that peace is worth protecting, tap subscribe and comment below. I choose peace over drama. Let's begin. Part 1. Your finances, the weight of transparency. Money. It's a subject that has broken more hearts than it has healed. When you've worked your whole life through decades of effort, sacrifices, and late nights, your savings become more than numbers. They represent you, your choices, your discipline, your legacy. Many seniors believe that being open about their finances helps their families plan better. It feels honest, transparent, fair. But here's what often happens, and it's a story I've heard from countless elders. Once your children or relatives know the full extent of your finances, something subtle shifts. These questions come dressed as care, and often they are. But they also carry something else: control. Without realizing it, you begin living by their approval instead of your own peace. You start to hesitate before spending your own money. You shrink from joy, fearing it might seem unreasonable. But remember, you earned that money. You traded time, your most precious, non-refundable asset, to make it. You don't owe anyone an explanation for how you spend it. Keep your finances private, not out of secrecy, but out of wisdom. Protecting your financial privacy protects your independence. You can still be generous, you can still help your loved ones, but it should be on your terms, not theirs. Because money can build bridges, or it can build walls. And which one it becomes depends on how much of it you reveal. When you stay silent about your finances, you give your family something far more valuable than money. You give them boundaries. And boundaries, at any age, are a form of love. Part 2. Family disappointments. The unspoken wounds. At some point in every parent's life, there comes a quiet ache. Maybe a child drifted away. Maybe they stopped visiting as often. Maybe their words became sharp, their choices foreign. And it hurts. It hurts in a way that's hard to describe. Not the pain of loss, but the pain of distance. Many parents try to heal this pain by talking about it, again and again. They bring up old wounds at family dinners, in phone calls, in moments when hearts are already fragile. But here's the truth that experience teaches. Repetition doesn't heal disappointment. It deepens it. I once spoke with a grandmother named Ruth. She told me, "I thought if I reminded my son how much he'd hurt me, he'd finally understand. But every time I did, he just pulled further away." Sometimes we think that speaking our hurt is a form of honesty, but what it often becomes is a test, one our children can never quite pass. Silence, in this case, isn't suppression, it's protection, for both sides. If you carry pain, process it privately, through prayer, through journaling, through reflection, through long walks where only the wind listens. Because not every feeling deserves an audience. When you choose peace over explanation, you gain something powerful: dignity. Your children might never fully understand your sacrifices, and that's okay. You didn't live your life for applause, you lived it for love. And love doesn't always need to be spoken to be felt. At this stage in life, the greatest victory isn't proving your pain, it's transcending it. You rise above bitterness, you choose to love, even when misunderstood. You let silence be your strength. Because peace doesn't mean forgetting, it means forgiving, quietly. Part 3. Your inheritance, the silent divide. Now, we come to one of the most delicate topics of all: inheritance. If money during life can cause tension, money after life can cause wars. Families that once laughed together can fall apart in days once the topic of inheritance arises. I've seen siblings turn cold, I've seen children fight over jewelry, houses, even old photographs, because what they're really fighting for isn't the item, it's validation. Many elders believe that discussing inheritance early will prevent future conflict, but in truth, it often invites it sooner. Once people know who gets what, comparisons begin. Why does she get the house? Why is he getting more? Did mom love him more than me? Suddenly, your love becomes a number. Your lifetime of care becomes a percentage. Your final act of giving becomes a battlefield. The wiser path is quiet preparation. Keep your will private, keep it legal, keep it clear, but don't announce it. Let your written words speak for you when the time comes, because when you're gone, paper speaks louder than promises and with far less pain. Until that day, let your family enjoy your presence, not anticipate your possessions. Let your love be felt, not measured. You see, inheritance is not about who gets what. It's about how you leave them feeling. Leave them feeling loved, not divided. Leave them with memories, not motives. And most of all, leave them knowing you trusted peace more than you trusted discussion. Part 4, your fears and weaknesses. The power of restraint. As we age, something changes in the way we speak. We begin to express our worries more openly about health, memory, loneliness. It's human, it's honest. But sometimes it also shifts how others see us. When you speak too often of fear, people stop seeing your wisdom. They start seeing your fragility. And when they see you as fragile, they begin to take your power, not intentionally, but out of concern. You might start hearing things like, "Don't worry about that, Mom, we'll decide. Dad, you shouldn't do that alone." And just like that, your independence begins to shrink. Share your struggles when necessary. Yes. Ask for help when you truly need it. Absolutely. But don't let fear become your identity, because the truth is, you've faced more storms than most people ever will. You've lost, loved, endured, adapted, survived. You're not weak, you're weathered, and there's power in that. Let your family see your strength more than your struggle. Let them be inspired by your courage, not burdened by your anxiety. Aging gracefully doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. It means knowing when to speak and when silence says more. When you keep certain fears private, you're not hiding weakness. You're choosing strength. And in that choice lies quiet authority, the kind only wisdom can give. Here's what many older souls realize too late. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is power. It's self-respect. It's wisdom earned through years of noise. You don't owe anyone every detail of your life. You owe yourself peace. After 65, your greatest treasures are not your money or your time or even your health. They are tranquility, dignity, and inner calm. Protect them like you once protected your children. Guard them like you once guarded your home. Because peace, once lost, takes a lifetime to rebuild. So keep your privacy sacred. Keep your boundaries gentle but firm. And remember, happiness doesn't always come from what we share. It comes from knowing what to keep quietly in our hearts. You've earned your peace. Now, protect it.